Well, I'm sorry consoles, but I've got a new PlayStation 4 and it's time to choose one of you to get rid of to make room for it. Actually, that was quite easy. Sorry N64.
Joe. Ah, the ghost of my N64's come back to haunt me. What do you want? Why did you put me in the bin? We had so many great memories together.
Oh, aye. Actually, I don't have that many good memories of you.
Oh? Oh, maybe we should do a top 5 then.
Maybe we should do a top 5. And maybe you'll like that too.
Number 5, Blast Corps.
You mean Blast Corps?
I thought it was... Oh, that makes more sense.
Sake. Blast Corps by Rare probably has the greatest premise that any game has ever had. There's a nuclear carrier on a collision course through cities all over the world, so you've got to destroy as many buildings as possible as quick as you can. It's brilliant! What's great about Blast Corps is that it starts off as a bit of mindless destruction, just bashing at the buildings and watching the sparks fly, but as you get into later levels it becomes a puzzle game. You've got to explore the levels with your wee guy, using the right vehicles to clear a path and sometimes make a path for the carrier, which acts as a constant timer down to nuclear winter. If that sounds a bit heavy, don't worry, because the emphasis is definitely on fun here. The Blast Corps fleet is varied and well equipped, from the sheer fun of bashing into things in the Ramdozer to the oddly specific sideswipe, the bane of narrow tenement streets. If ever a nuclear carrier made its way through Glasgow's West End, that'd work a treat. There's also the infuriating Backlash, which I still haven't got the hang of drifting in after all these years. Best of all though, you can act out some of your Power Rangers / mecha fantasies and pilot a few giant robots, somersaulting your way to destruction with Cyclone or raining down from above in the mighty J-Bomb.
J-Bomb? Is that your nickname?
Nah, that's J-Banger.
J-Banger? You sound like a fucking tool.
Aye, alright.
Number 4, Castlevania.
Oh, come on, everyone knows this one's rubbish.
You don't have to pretend with me, J-Bomb. I know you love it.
But the PlayStation had Symphony of the Night, how am I meant to stick up for this pish? See, while PlayStation owners were experiencing one of the greatest 2D adventures ever created, us N64 owners had to make do with this very early, pretty shoddy 3D adventure. To be honest, I doubt many folk got through the first level, the awful Forest of Silence. It's ugly, brown, unfairly difficult and just no fun at all. But if you switched it off and took your Castlevania cartridge down to Electronics Boutique to get your money back, you were missing out. While nobody could call Castlevania a classic, it is actually full of great moments and brilliant wee ideas. The villa level is full of mystery and character. The bosses are great, screen-filling fights. The whole idea of the other vampire killer, Vincent, racing you to the big bad Dracula and the alternate ending you get if you don't beat him there. There's even a whole level where you can't jump because you're carrying a bomb. A massive challenge for anyone with an itchy A button finger. And bloody hell, the music is good. Just listen to this title screen. Castlevania isn't as good as Symphony of the Night. Of course it isn't. But it's a shame it's been forgotten about.
Just like me. Number 3, Force Gemini.
Bloody hell, Rare were prolific in N64. I don't know what happened here. Here's a massive third-person shooter, platformer, adventurer with lovely graphics for the N64, fantastic music and some of the most satisfying weapons in any game. Seriously, you haven't known true love until you've gotten your hands on the machine gun. And yet, nobody bought it, so it's been forgotten about. And that's a shame, because while the controls take a wee bit of getting used to, there haven't been many games of this scope. They can flip between running and gunning, precision jumps, and old school enemy waves as gracefully as Force Gemini. Of course, hunting down all the tribals to get the last boss is a pain in the arse because they can accidentally get in the way of your gun sights.
Accidentally, Joe? I've seen you play this game. No bear is safe with you around.
It's also full of mini-games from old school top-down arcade racing and even a Wipeout clone. Honestly, everyone should try and play Force Gemini.
Number 2, Sin and Punishment.
Oh come on, you're cheating now.
Why?
Because it never even came out here.
You can play it on the Wii.
Aye, but you're not a Wii, are you? You're just a wee arsehole.
That hurts, J-Bomb. That hurts me bad.
Anyway, Sin and Punishment is well worth playing. It's an on-rail shooter.
Like Violet was.
Not really, because most of the game you're on foot, running forever forward, shooting waves of baddies in Neo Tokyo. Like all games made by Treasure, there's an amazing sense of style here, with brilliant anime character designs. The game is also bastard hard, a proper old school challenge. Bosses are actually pretty similar to Force Gemini, letting you move left and right to avoid attacks and shoot back.
How come all the footage is from the beginning of the game, Joe?
Because I didn't want to spoil all the great stuff that happens later.
You could have shown past level 2, surely.
Nobody wants the game to be spoiled, okay?
You didn't get to level 3, did you, Joe?
It's too hard, alright?
That's what I thought. Number 1, Perfect Dark.
Wait a minute, Perfect Dark? A forgotten classic? Are you taking the piss?
I'm deadly serious, Joe. I'm always serious.
Alright, here goes. Perfect Dark is better than GoldenEye in every way. The levels are bigger and more intricate, with more stuff to do, the weapons are better, it looks nicer, the multiplayer's more varied with bots and everything. This game was even ahead of its time with a widescreen mode and a bloody high resolution option.
Essentially that makes me the first HD console.
Aye, steady on, I wouldn't go that far. Anyway, while GoldenEye is a classic and is always going to be one of my favourite shooting games, Perfect Dark has been forgotten, just because it came out at the wrong time. The world was either waiting for the PS2 or had already moved on to the Dreamcast. It's a shame because there are very few shooting games to offer such a complete experience as Perfect Dark. But there's something else to talk about here. That's 3 Rare games in this list now. 3 games from a list of loads of fantastic quality games made by Rare in their most prolific period. After that, they made 1 game for the GameCube that disappointed us and haven't done much better under Microsoft. Were Nintendo responsible for nurturing Rare and ensuring quality? Who knows. What we're left with though is a console that holds the greatest period of one of Britain's best game developers. Games that are varied, unique and have a real British sense of humour and charm. And for that, N64, I'm sorry that I put you in the bin.
You could say I have a rare quality.
You had to fucking ruin it, didn't you?